And we welcome you to the Capital One Arena here. This is Vinny from Vito Productions. We have the 2025-2026 NBA season playthrough as we are down to the final stretch of the regular season. 6 days left on the calendar as we look at the starting lineups for the Bulls. We got Giddey, White, Dosunmu, Buzelis, and Vucevic. While we have, for the Wizards, McCollum, Carrollton, Chris Middleton for the purposes of this season playthrough, still a Wizard, Champagnie and Sarr as the Wizards will win the tip. As we see Chris Middleton for the purposes of this, as I said, for the rest of the season playthrough as we are down the stretch in the regular season in this universe, but in real life, he was part of an 8-player trade that between them, the Wizards and the Mavericks, that sent Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, Jaden Hardy, and Dante Exum to the Wizards for Chris Middleton, Marvin Bagley III. Let me see. And a couple of A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham with multiple draft picks as Nikola Vucevic will hit the first 2 points there. You saw that bucket there. The Bulls coming in this game here. As you see, McCollum will hit the 3-pointer and the Wizards are on top, 3-2. The Bulls coming into this game at 43-35 in first place by a full game over the Milwaukee Bucks in the Central Division. But they are in third in the Eastern Conference, sitting 3.5 back with 4 to play. That's going into tonight. So this is somewhat of a spoiler game if the Wizards can pull this off. The Wizards are actually still in the fight themselves, even though they are 29-49 because of how weak the Eastern Conference is. They are only 1 game back of the Toronto Raptors with 4 games to play coming into tonight for that 10th and final play-in spot. So this could be, this is a huge game for both teams because Bulls win will keep them alive for the number 2 seed, barely alive, but a loss for the Bulls will give the Hawks the number 2 seed, but will get the Wizards to within a half a game at the moment until we see the post-game ticker. And spoiler alert, the Raptors do also play on this calendar date, which is April 7th, 2026. You see Middleton for 3 off the back iron, Kobe White grabbing a rebound. So stakes are pretty high in this game for both teams as of right now. Vucevic, that's no good. McCollum will grab the rebound. As you see, Alex Sarr coming around with the layup. And it's 5-2 Wizards. We have not seen Wizards in the season playthrough game, in a watch game, since schedule block number 2. They are 1-1 in watch games, while the Bulls are 1-4. As you see Sarr with the steal. Gives it over to McCollum. Champagnie with it, dishing it back over to Middleton. Chris Middleton for 3. As I said, for the purposes of this season playthrough, he is still a Wizard as we have a timeout called by the Bulls. 8:52 to play in the first. We're going to take a timeout. Since the All-Star break, we look at teams assists a game. The Bulls are second since the All-Star break with 31.1 assists per game. So they pass the ball very well in this. As Vucevic will inbound it to Josh Giddey here, coming out of the timeout here. 8-2 Wizards on top. See Josh Giddey coming around back over to Buzelis. Buzelis will miss that one as Carrington will get the rebound there. No points for the Bulls in nearly 3 minutes of play. They scored the game's first bucket. Middleton with the shot up. That is off the front rim. Vucevic will get the rebound here. Chris Middleton with 3 points on 1 of 4 shooting. Giddey almost lost that for a second. Josh Giddey coming around. There's it over to Dosunmu. Dosunmu for 3. That's off the back iron. No good. Middleton grabbing a rebound. This game coming to you from the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. I am Vinny from Vito Productions on the call. As Middleton for 3. Back iron, no good. And who's that going to be off of? And that will be Wizards ball still. As we look at Josh Giddey, only averaging 17.7 points per game. But the last 6 games, he's been on a little bit of a slump here. He's only averaging 12.3. Champagnie will inbound it to Alex Sarr. 10 on the shot clock for the Wizards. McCollum for 3. That's off the back iron. Vucevic will grab the rebound. Here's Dosunmu. Give it over to Giddey. Giddey with the bucket. And that ends the 8-0 run by the Wizards. 7.5 to play here in the first. 8-4. Wizards on top. McCollum will miss that one as Vucevic will grab the rebound. Kobe White has it for the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls are in the NBA playoffs. They're currently sitting as the 3 seed. They still could fall as far as the 4th seed. They'll do no worse than the 4th seed, but they still have a very slim chance at the 2 seed as Carrington with the slam dunk. And the Wizards up by 6 again. However, a loss tonight will eliminate them from that. And depending on the post-game ticker, how that will go is Buzelis for 3, no good. McCollum will grab the rebound. So the Wizards going into the night, they have 4 games to play. That's including this game. Is Middleton for 3, no good. Buzelis grabbing the rebound. Chris Middleton only 3 points and 1 of 6 shooting. 1 assist in the game. He should start thinking about taking a couple of more inside shots right now. 5 on the shot clock. Giddey for 3, and that is no good. For those who are new, this is an NBA season playthrough where I played 1 game for every certain number of days. As you see, Carrington for 3, no good. Vucevic will grab the rebound. We are at the tail end, the final week of this regular season, so it's 1 game every day. As Josh Giddey with the layup, he has 4 points in this game. Dosunmu with the assist there as we're over halfway through the first quarter. 10-6. Wizards on top. Right now we are playing basically either a clinching game or maybe to improve seeding, or in this case, possible spoiler game. Even though, as I said, the Wizards are in it still in the play-in tournament. They're 1 game behind the Raptors, so if they win, they'll be a half a game behind, depending on how the post-game ticker goes, as there is an illegal screen called against Vucevic. That's his first personal foul. Since it was on the offensive end, it's not going to be a team against a team foul. Middleton will get it. As I mentioned earlier, Middleton was part of an 8-player trade. We'll probably see some of those players coming out too. As McCollum for 3, he drains it. CJ McCollum putting the Wizards up by 7. We also had the Hawks and the Warriors actually active last night as well. Giddey for 3. I say last night because I'm recording the game the day after the trade. As Chris Middleton with it. Middleton, as I said, will miss that one. Buzelis will get the rebound there. Middleton. Now the IRL former Wizard. 3 points and 2 rebounds so far in this game. Vucevic. I believe he and Giddey have split 4 each so far here as we're 4 minutes left to play in the first quarter. McCollum for 3 off the back iron. White will grab the rebound. It looked like some people from the bench, from the Bulls bench, are looking to try to get into the game here. There's a miss right there. Middleton will grab the rebound. And now players from the Wizards also coming to the scorers table, looking to check into the game for the first time. McCollum for 3, no good. Kobe White with it. And there's a slam dunk right there by Buzelis. Timeout, Wizards. 3:21 to play in the first. We're going to take a timeout. Looking at the lineup set now coming out of the timeout here. Buzelis is going to go to the bench. Kevin Huerter and Williams coming into the game. And for the Wizards, let's see. We have Coulibaly and Kispert. Both of those players should still be on the Wizards in real life. I don't think they were part of that 8-player trade. No, they were not. Let's see CJ McCollum coming around. McCollum with the layup, and that's in there, and the Wizards up by 5 again. McCollum averaging 19.3 points a game on the season. Vucevic gives it over to Williams. Back over to Giddey. Giddey for 3. Off the back iron. Corey Kispert grabbing the rebound. Chris Middleton, once again, the now former IRL Wizard here, as there's a miss right there by Coulibaly, and the Bulls will have it again. We got Kevin Huerter, Red Velvet, the former Sacramento King. Came over to the Bulls, part of that De'Aaron Fox and Zach LaVine trade. Huerter for 3. No good. And we have a timeout called by the Wizards. 2:20 to play in the first. We're going to take a timeout. Substitution now coming in for the Wizards. Let's see here. Saw as Keontae George, or is it Keyshawn George, coming in for the Wizards. As we got McCollum now taking that inbound. Should have back over to Coulibaly. McCollum coming around with it. With the layup. That's in there. McCollum. And the Bulls up by 7. Wizards up by 7 here. But both teams shooting very poorly here. And there's another offensive foul. Second illegal screen called against the Bulls in this game as Williams called for the foul. Let's look at the substitution on the court. Let's look at the lineup set here. We have Jones, Terry now coming into the game. And for the Wizards, McCollum going to go to the bench here. Johnson into the game. I think that's Trey Johnson. Johnson coming around. That is no good. Collins will grab the rebound. Huerter with it. Trailing by 7 here. Jones for 3. That's off the back iron. Coulibaly will grab the rebound. He's crossing the half-court line for the Wizards here. 15 on the shot clock here. 1:20 to play in the first. Kispert, deep 2. No good. Terry will grab the rebound. As I said, 15 on the shot clock for the Bulls here. Collins dishes it over to Huerter. 10 on the shot clock here. Now a minute to play in the first. Kevin Huerter coming around, dishing it over to Jones. And he's going to throw that one away. I think I would have taken that three-point shot if I were them. As we look at the rookies, Trey Johnson, since the All-Star break, free throw percentage-wise, second in the league amongst rookies here. As we got more substitutions coming in. Terry's going to go to the bench. Okoro's coming in and out for the Bulls. And let's see, for the Wizards, Marvin Bagley III was in there for a second, who was part of that 8-team trade to the Mavericks. He's back on the bench now. See Jones with it, trailing by 9 now. Jones with it. Got 8 on the shot clock here and 5 on the shot clock now. 30 seconds to play here in the first. Jones for 3. No good. Shot clock turned. No, shot clock is not turned off yet. I thought it was. See Coulibaly with it over to Trey Johnson. Johnson coming around. Johnson with it. Over to Kispert. Kispert for 3. No good. Jones with the rebound here as now the shot clock is turned off. Jones. There's a shot. No good. Williams gets the offensive rebound and the bucket. Johnson will take it, and that will be the end of the first quarter here. A very low-scoring first quarter. The Wizards leading at 19-12. You're watching the 2025-2026 season playthrough here on Vita Productions. So we start the second quarter here. Collins will inbound it to Jones. 18 on the shot clock now. Bulls trailing by 7 here. Huerter over to Jones. 10 on the shot clock now. Jones coming around. Gives it over to Isung. Back over to Huerter. Huerter for 3. Off the back iron. No good. Coulibaly will grab the rebound. Gives it over to A.J. Johnson. I believe A.J. Johnson was also one of the players that were traded to the Mavericks. But as I said, for the purposes of these streams, all these players are with their teams because the trade deadline has passed in this universe, but not in real life. A song with it. Back over to Jones. 10 on the shot clock with Collins with it. This is it back over to Kevin Huerter. Needs to get that shot off here. 2 on the shot clock. 1 on the shot clock. Jones will hit the 3 as time expired on the shot clock. And the Bulls are within 4. Over to Corey Kispert. You see Jones, Huerter, Collins, Essong, and Williams. The lineup set for the Bulls. And you have both Johnsons, Trey and A.J. Johnson. Kispert on the court. Coulibaly, who hits the three-pointer there, and the Wizards up by 7 again. Jones back over to Collins. Collins for 3. He nails it.
3-point field goal.
Is this a sign of better shooting to come from both teams here? 22-18. Coulibaly for 3. No good. Collins will grab the rebound. As I said, big game for both teams here. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast here, that the Bulls are 3.5 games back of the Hawks for the number 2 seed with 4 to play. That's going into tonight. They're only 1 game ahead of the Milwaukee Bucks in that Central Division. Both teams had 4 games to play going in tonight. It's Coulibaly coming around with the bucket. Timeout, Bulls. 9:16 to play in the second. We're going to take a timeout. Looking at the lineup for the Bulls, we got Giddey, Dosunmu, Huerter, Buzelis coming back into the game. Man, for the Wizards, let's see, Champagnie, Carrington, Coulibaly, switching positions. Dosunmu now will will take it from the inbound here, trailing by 6 here. 24-18. Josh Giddey back over to Kevin Huerter for Red Velvet. 8 on the shot clock. He'll get the shot up off the back iron. Carrington will get the rebound. See, Chris Middleton has it for the Wizards now. Back over to Middleton. Kispert dishing it back over to Champagnie. Over to Middleton. Middleton for 3 off the back iron. No good. Giddey will get the rebound here as we're about approaching 3.5 minutes into the second quarter. Buzelis for 3. He nails it. Buzelis bringing the Bulls within 3. Usually this would be a score like halfway through the first quarter, or at least 2/3. It's Carrington for 3. No good. But we're about a third of the way through the second quarter, and we only have 45 combined points right now. Let's see, Huerter. There's a deep shot up there. That's no good. Carrington will grab the rebound. Chris Middleton with it coming around. Dishes it over to Champagnie. Back to Carrington. 13 on the shot clock. Carrington, was that a 3? That looks like it was, but it's no good anyway. Kevin Huerter with it. Over to Josh Giddey up. More substitutions coming in. It seems like they're playing chess right now, matched with each other. As far as inserting players, Carrington will grab the rebound here. Wants to give their players some rest, as it's possible both teams could still play beyond the 82nd game. It is a given for the Bulls. For the Wizards, it's still up in the air. As I said, the Wizards only a game back of the Raptors coming into tonight for the 10th spot. As Huerter's going to come around, and that's a layup, and the Bulls within 1. Bulls did lead 2-0. That was their only lead of the game to this point. See Middleton with a shot up. That's in there. Chris Middleton. Look at that. The Bulls shooting 10 of 30 and the Wizards only 11 of 34. Both teams shooting under 40% so far, but you see Giddey. That shot's no good. Champagnie will grab the rebound. Carrington with it. Halfway through the second quarter. Middleton with it. Coming around, back over to Kispert. Kispert for three. That's off the back iron. Herter will grab the rebound. The Wizards up by one now. Up by three now. Is up by one now with Josh Giddey with that slam dunk. 5.5 to play until halftime here. 26-25. Wizards on top. Middleton back over to Kispert. Kispert dishing it over to Coulibaly. Now on the shot clock. Coulibaly for three. No good. Buzelis grabbing the rebound. Bilal Coulibaly only 5 points on 2 of 6 shooting. Giddey dishing it over to Collins. Collins for three. No good. Kispert grabbing the rebound. 5 minutes to play until halftime. Back over to Kispert. Kispert for three. That's off the back iron. No good. Herter with the rebound. $15 on the shot clock here. Herter is just going to feed it over to Buzelis. Back to Herter. Herter for three, and the Bulls are on top. Timeout, Wizards. 4:35 to play in the second. We're going to take a timeout. Coming out of the timeout, let's see how the lineup set's going to look. Giddey stays in the game while we got White, Dosunmu, Buzelis, Vucevic. So it looks like the starters for the Bulls are out on the court. And let's see here. McCollum, Carrington, Middleton, Champagnie. And I wonder if that's Sarr that's re-entering the game. I see Justin Champagnie. Now trailing for the first time since 2-0 here. You see McCollum. 5 on the shot clock, 4 on the shot clock. McCollum. There's a shot right as the shot clock expired, and we are tied at 28. As we have 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. Josh Giddey coming around with the layup. That's in there. Josh Giddey putting the Bulls on top by 2 again here. We got 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists for Josh Giddey in that loss against the Phoenix Suns. As you hear a train go by. See McCollum, 9 on the shot clock. There's a 3-point attempt. That's in and out. Vucevic will get the rebound there for Dosunmu now has it. Over, and Giddey will miss that one. Middleton will grab the rebound. They should get back over to Carrollton. He almost lost it for a second. Alex Sarr will tie the game. You can see that little injury designation there. We're going to find out the extent of it when we go through the injury report post-game wise here. Giddey with it. They should get back over to Dosunmu here. 3 on the shot clock. Dosunmu coming around. He will miss that one. Middleton grabbing a rebound here. It is 30-30 right now. As Alex Sarr will put the Wizards back on top by 2. Chris Middleton, the now former IRL Wizard. Vucevic will come around with the layup, and this game is tied. CJ McCollum. We got 2:09 to play here. McCollum with the jump shot. That's in there, and the Wizards are on top by 2. That's 14 for CJ McCollum as we're approaching the final 2 minutes until halftime. Over to Giddey. Back over to Dosunmu. Dosunmu for 3. He nails it. Ayo Dosunmu putting the Bulls back on top. McCollum for 3. That's no good. Dosunmu will grab the rebound. Giddey coming around. Giddey with the bucket. It's 37-34. Ayo Dosunmu. with the assist there, and the Bulls leading their largest margin of lead by 3 right now. McCollum will miss that one. DeSumo will grab the rebound here. Bulls out rebounding the Wizards 29-23 right now as we're under a minute to play in the second. Vucevic coming around. She's it back over to Zealous, I believe. He misses that one. Vucevic will get the offensive rebound and a put in. It's a 5-point lead for the Bulls here. 45 seconds left of the second. Bulls need to win to keep their faint hopes of getting the number 2 seed alive. For the Wizards, they know what they need to do to keep their hopes alive for the 10 seed. As you see Kobe White coming around with it, it's a 7-point lead for the Bulls. And now we start having shooting picking up here. Shot clock is turned off. McCollum will miss that one. Vucevic will get the rebound here over to Kobe White. White coming around. White with the layup. That's in there. It's a 9-point lead. And the wheel suddenly just fell apart. McCollum for deep 3. No good. And that will do it. We are heading to halftime here where the Bulls are leading the Wizards 43-34. I am Vinny from Vito Productions. We are going to take this to halftime. We'll see you in the second half. We are back. We're getting ready to start the third quarter here in Washington. There's CJ McCollum. I believe he has 14 points in the game, leading the Wizards in scoring. We saw Nikola Vucevic. He had 8 points and 11 rebounds on that stats there. The Bulls are out rebounding the Wizards 32-23 in that first half, but they were able to get their percentage back up to over 40% here as they caught fire here. Starting lineups for both teams out to start the second half. Vucevic coming around, and Vucevic will get the layup, and it's an 11-point lead for the Bulls, and he has a double-double in this game. As I said, the Bulls win. They'll move to within 3 games and 3 to play of the Atlanta Hawks for number 2 seed. CJ McCollum. That's 17 points for him after that 3, and the Wizards back to within single digits. A loss, though, for the Bulls will give the Atlanta Hawks the number 2 seed. As Kobe White with a miss, but Vucevic will get the offensive rebound and the putback, and it's a 10-point lead for the Bulls again. 1 minute into the third quarter. McCollum coming around. That's a miss for Vucevic. Giddey with it. Back over to Buzelis. Dishes it over to Vucevic. Dishes back over to Giddey. Back to Dosunmu. Dosunmu for 3. He nails it. It's a 13-point lead. But for the Wizards in this game, this is a big game for them as well, even though they are 29-49 currently. Easy Star with that injury designation icon next to him. Carrington for 3. That's in there. Timeout. Bulls. 10:18 to play in the third. We are going to take a timeout. Coming out of timeout here, 50-40, the Bulls on top. As I mentioned, the Wizards also have a big game because, as I said, even with their dismal 29-49 record without week to Eastern Conferences, they are only 1 game back of the Toronto Raptors for that final play-in spot. Both conferences have all 9 teams at least in the play-in tournament. There's only 1 spot left to determine, but in certain cases we are playing for seeding. For the Bulls, that's the case, as well as winning the Central Division here. They have a full game lead as Vucevic is on fire to start off the second quarter, or the third quarter, I should say. Alex Sarr coming around with the dunk. And the Wizards within 10. Chris Middleton, now the IRL former Wizard, had the assist there. Buzelis over to White. White for 3. No good. Alex Sarr will grab the rebound. CJ McCollum over to Carrington. 13 on the shot clock here. He's back over to Chris Middleton. Middleton is going to go to the line as Dosunmu called for his first personal foul, first team foul. If you're enjoying what you're seeing so far, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do drop, as well as there is a link to my Cash App, which, by the way, is not mandatory, but if you do donate, it is very much appreciated. Any amount is appreciated to support this channel. As I said, it is not mandatory to donate to my Cash App to enjoy my content. When I get to the point where we can get channel memberships, though, there are perks for you guys, and I'll mention those when we do eventually reach the channel membership stage. And both free throws are made, and the Wizards within 8 again here. As we're approaching 3 minutes into the third quarter here, Ayo Dosunmu. Vucevic with it. As I said, he's been on fire, and he's still continuing to be on fire to start this third quarter. 8 points in this quarter. He has 16 total. As I said, he only needed 1 bucket to reach a double-double. He's definitely shattering that right now. McCollum for 3. He nails it. And CJ McCollum bringing the Wizards to within 7. Vucevic. And he's going to go to the line, shooting 1 with that and 1 opportunity as Sarr called for the first personal foul, first team foul.
First team foul. Shooting for Chicago, Nikola Vucevic. The and 1 opportunity. He has 18 already in this game. 10 of them already here in the third quarter. And he'll make that one and make that 11 points in the third and 19 total in this game here. Carrington. They should have back over to Chris Middleton. Or no, to McCollum, I should say. McCollum coming around with a layup. That is no good. Josh Giddey grabbing a rebound. Kobe White with it. Bulls out rebounding the Wizards 35-24. Leading by 10. Vucevic. And that is no good. McCollum with the rebound. Middleton for three. He nails it, and the Wizards are within 7. Josh Giddey. Over to Vucevic. They have 8 on the shot clock here. Vucevic. That is no good. Alex Sarr with the rebound. Over to Carrington. Back over to McCollum. McCollum. Jumper. That's no good. Vucevic will grab the rebound. Back over to White. White for three. No good. McCollum grabbing the rebound. Get it over to Carrington. Back over to McCollum. McCollum, big jump shot. No good. Dosunmu grabbing the rebound. The Bulls up by 7. Over there's Herter for three. Or no, that's not Herter. That's Buzelis. Never mind. Gosh, what am I saying? We haven't had a substitution yet in this quarter. 10-point lead again for the Bulls. Over to McCollum. 9 on the shot clock. 3, 2, 1. Get that shot up. No good for Josh Giddey. Will make the free throw there, or get the rebound there. Giddey over to Vucevic, and Vucevic, he's going to have another and one opportunity with Alex Sarr call for his second personal foul, second team foul this third quarter.
Second team foul.
I believe that's 21 points for him now. Vucevic, as Josh Giddey's going to go to the bench for Jones. And for the Wizards, let's see here. I think Koulibaly is coming back in for Middleton. Vucevic will miss that one. 21 points. He has 13 in this third quarter. Carrington for three. No good. Koulibaly will get the rebound. Sarr for three. No good. Kobe White grabbing the rebound. And there, dish it over to Jones. Jones for three. No good. Koulibaly grabbing the rebound. White with the rebound. Jones with it. To Kobe White. Kobe White for three. No good. Sarr will grab the rebound. 4:45 to play in the third. 62-50 Bulls on top as Alex Sarr will get the slam dunk. CJ McCollum with the assists as we see Ayo Dosunmu. Over to Jones. Trey Jones has it for the Bulls. Trey Jones for three. No good. Alex Sarr grabbing a rebound. Koulibaly will have it. Back over to Carrington. Carrington back to Koulibaly. Koulibaly with a jumper. No good. Dosunmu grabbing the rebound. There's Vucevic coming around. Vucevic for the layup. That's 23 points for him. 15 of those coming here in the third quarter. 12-point lead for the Bulls. McCollum, jump shot, no good. Vucevic coming around. Trey Jones has it. This game coming to you from the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. I'm Vinny from Vito Productions on the call in the season playthrough. As we are down to the final week of the regular season here, as I said, The Bulls with a chance to stay alive for the number 2 seed, while the Wizards can pull it within a half a game before the ticker here, as there is an offensive interference against the Wizards called there, as we have substitution on the court. Who's coming back into the game? Vucevic going to the bench, and that is Collins coming in now for the Bulls, leading by 12, and we got Kispert and Champagnie coming back into the game. Over to Dosunmu. Dosunmu for 3. In and out. Champagnie will grab the rebound here. Over to Coulibaly. Coulibaly with the bucket. It's 64-54. Buzelis dishing it back over to Trey Jones here. About 2:15 to play in the third. Kobe White with the 3. Largest lead of the game for the Bulls is 13. Carrington with it. 2 minutes to play in the third. Corey Kispert. Kispert with it over to Coulibaly, over to McCollum. McCollum from the Wizard logo inside, and McCollum will hit it. 11-point lead for the Bulls now. Minute 39 to play. Tyus Jones coming around. No good. Carrington will grab the rebound. Back over to Coulibaly. Carrington dishing it back over to McCollum. McCollum for 3. That's in there. C.J. McCollum. 25 points, and the Wizards are within 8. And that a bunch of players for both teams waiting to get into the game at the scores table here. Zach Collins. 8 on the shot clock. This should go back over to Dosunmu. 5 on the shot clock. Dosunmu. That is off the back iron. Champagnie will grab the rebound here with 45 seconds to play in the third. Carrington coming around. He'll lose it as Trey Jones will come up with the theft. White has it for the Chicago Bulls. Kobe White coming around. Layup. That's in there. 10-point lead for the Bulls. Under 30 seconds to play in the third. Carrington with it. .14 on the shot clock, so they still have to get a shot up. Could possibly go 2 for 1, though, depending on how things go, because I think they are going to get the inbound to start the fourth quarter. Champagnie. For 3, and it is 69-62, and that is how the quarter will come to an end. No, that's Carrington that had the 3 there, but either way, at the end of 3, it is 69-62. Bulls on top. We'll be back to start the fourth shortly. Here in the fourth quarter, here in our nation's capital in the U.S., we look at the State Farm assist of the game. That's going to go to Kobe White on that alley-oop to Matas Buzelis. George into the game now to start the fourth quarter with Middleton. As I previously mentioned earlier, that Chris Middleton was part of an 8-player trade between the Wizards and the Mavericks as Trey Johnson. And see Jones, Giddey, Collins, Herter, and Williams start the fourth quarter. You got Trey Johnson, Middleton, and I believe Kispert is out there. Josh Giddey coming around. Collins for 3. No good. Chris Middleton grabbing a rebound. So it is Middleton, Coulibaly, George, Kispert, and who else is it? It's a problem when then they don't show both of them. And Trey Johnson. That's it. So that is your lineup set for both teams. As Corey Kispert for 3. No good. Trey Jones will got the rebound. Josh Giddey is back over to Zach Collins. Over to Kevin Huerter. 9 on the shot clock. Back over to Williams to Giddey. Giddey for 3. He nails it. It's a 10-point lead for the Bulls. Coulibaly back over to George. Shoot it back over to Trey Johnson. Johnson coming around with the layup. That's in there. Wizards within 8. They are still in this game. As I said, the Wizards have a chance to pull it within a half a game if they pull this game off before the post-game ticker, as the Raptors do have a game on this calendar date on April 7, 2026. Though the date of this video will come out on Friday, February 6th, as Trey Jones with the 3 and the Bulls up by 11. They led by as many as 13 in this game. Kispert back to Coulibaly. Coulibaly for 3. No good. Williams grabbing the rebound. Nine and a half left in the fourth. Josh Giddey. Coming around. Giddey dishes over to Jones. Jones for 3. No good. Coulibaly grabbing the rebound. And they got to get something going quickly here. Of course, the Wizards are not done yet, but they are in this game because it's a possible spoiler game if they come back and win. A comeback will eliminate the Bulls from winning the 2 seed, giving the Hawks the number 2 seed, so they would help their divisional rivals out. As we have a timeout called by the Bulls. 8:52 to play in the fourth. We're going to take a timeout. We are looking at the lineup set now coming out of the timeout. The Bulls leading by 6. Vucevic coming back into the game now, and for the Wizards, let's see here. We got Coulibaly, Middleton, Kispert, George, and Sarr, I think, has re-entered the game. So we got Williams will inbound it to Vucevic. Vucevic had 17 points in the third quarter. He was a big reason why the Bulls are up as much as they are right now. As Huerter coming around, he'll miss that one. George with the rebound. I think that's Keyshawn George with the rebound. Keontae George plays for the Jazz, a team that we have not seen since schedule block number 2 for obvious reasons. Coulibaly for 3. Vucevic will grab the rebound as Trey Jones has it for the Chicago Bulls. Over to Giddey. Giddey coming around with the layup.
Assisted by
Trey Jones with the layup there. It's a 10-point lead once again for the Chicago Bulls here. 8 minutes, final 8 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Middleton. That shot is missed. Vucevic will grab the rebound. Could have 25 and 15 by the end of this game if he crashes the boards well enough. I know we had 8 and 11 going into that at halftime. But Vucevic has definitely been a factor in this in the third quarter. Jones for 3, no good. Kispert will grab the rebound. Kispert back over to Middleton. Middleton over to Coulibaly. Dishing it back over to Chris Middleton here. 13 on the shot clock. And there's a layup right there for Chris Middleton. The Wizards only shooting 37% in this game. Huerter for 3. That is no good. George will grab the rebound. And I got to tell you, shooting in this game in total has been something left to be desired. I mean, 43% for the Bulls. I think that might be on average. I don't know. Middleton. There's a three-pointer for Middleton. No good. Williams will grab the rebound. Over to Josh Giddey. Giddey coming around. Giddey with the layup. It's a 13-point lead for the Bulls here. 6:24 to play here in the fourth. Remember, when this game is over with, we are not done yet. I know it's a 10-point lead. Why did I say 13? I'm a little bit blind here. Please forgive me, everybody. I'm starting to get congested again, by the way. You see Tyus Jones coming around. Now it's a 12-point lead. Now they're up by double digits since we are over the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Timeout, Wizards. 5:55 left to play in the fourth. We're going to take a timeout. And we are back from the timeout here. 81-69, Bulls on top. Vucevic is still in the game while we got Giddey, White switching positions and a couple other things. And let's see here. Sarr is still where he is. McCollum. And those go by a little bit too fast. We'll get who's out on the court. Champagnie back out on the court. Sarr, as I said, still out there. We're going to be interested to see what his designation will look like. The Wizards came into this game fully healthy. See Chris Middleton, 4 on the shot clock. That shot is up, and that's in. Chris Middleton putting the Wizards to within 10. Josh Giddey coming around. Buzelis for 3, no good, and Middleton will grab the rebound. So this game's still not over with yet. Anything can happen. You see Carrington back to McCollum. Over to Sarr. Sarr with the slam dunk. It's 81-73. 15 on the shot clock. The Vucevic. She's over to Giddey. Giddey for 3. No good. Dosunmu getting the offensive rebound. And he's going to go to the line for an and one opportunity as Justin Champagnie will call for the foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Bulls, Ayo
Dosunmu. And that's a miss by Champagnie. Or no, Champagnie gets the rebound off that miss on the free throw. But the Bulls are going to get the other way with Kobe White grabbing the rebound off the miss. Giddey, 4.5 to play here. Giddey for 3. Giddey with a 3-pointer. It's a 13-point lead for Chicago. Champagnie holding on to it, 10 on the shot clock, back to McCollum. McCollum coming around, McCollum, no good. Giddey grabbing the rebound. Vucevic. Middleton for 3, no good. Kobe White will grab the rebound there. He's got 3.5 minutes to play in the fourth. Giddey, no good. Carrington with the rebound. Back over to McCollum, over to Sarr. Sarr with the dunk. Alex Sarr, 14 points, all 14 of them in the paint. Giddey up. Over to Dosunmu. Back over to Vucevic. Vucevic over to White. White for 3. No good. Sarr grabbing the rebound. Middleton has it for the Wizards. Over to McCollum. McCollum with the layup. It's a 9-point game now. As I said, this is still not anywhere near over with. And timeout by the Bulls here. 2:40 to play in the fourth. We're going to take a timeout. Coming out of the timeout here, 9-point lead for the Bulls here. 21 on the shot clock for Chicago. They do hold possession. Again, the Bulls win will get them within 3 games of the Hawks for number 2 in the Eastern Conference and a game and a half ahead of the Bucks. Momentarily, I should say. White for 3, and that will...
3-point field goal.
With a 3, and that's a 12-point lead. If the Wizards come back and win, the Hawks will clinch the 2 seed as McCollum will get the layup there. He has 29 in this game, as well as momentarily put the Wizards to within a half a game. As you see, McCollum with the theft. He's going to come around the layup. It's an 8-point game. We look at the points off of turnovers, 10-2 in favor of the Wizards. Final 2 minutes of the game as Vucevic with the slam dunk.
The assist.
As Giddey here, as we look at the crowd at the Capital One Arena, starting to file out here. McCollum coming around. Has it to within 8. Well, looks like those fans went back to their seats again for a second. It's Vucevic with a dunk again. And it's starting to look like we got the fans filing out again. 2K is weird with how the crowd is. Sarr coming around. Back over to McCollum. McCollum for 3. No good. Buzelis grabbing the rebound. This is back over to Josh Giddey. Giddey for 3. No good. Middleton will grab the rebound. McCollum with it. This is back over to Champagnie. McCollum for 3. No good. Buzelis grabbing the rebound. Giddey coming around. Back over to Buzelis. 15 on the shot clock. It looks like, though, this game might just be over with. Vucevic for 2. He nails it. It's a 12-point lead again. As I said, going into the post-game ticker, as you see, Carrington for 3. As we see here under the final 30 seconds to play here, it looks like you're starting to see some of the crowd filing out here again at Capital One Arena. Giddey, that's not going to fall. Champagnie will get the rebound. Shot clock turned off. McCollum for 3. No good. And all they have to do now for the Bulls is cross the half-court line. The Bulls will get their 44th win of the season. They improved to 44-35 on the year. They defeat the Washington Wizards 95-86. The Wizards will drop to 29-50 on the season and now fall to a game and a half back of the Toronto Raptors. They now have 3 to play. And I say game and a half at the moment because we still have the post-game ticker coming up very shortly. But stay tuned, guys. We're not done yet. We still got player statistics before the post-game ticker. It's time to look at the post-game statistics here. Starting off with the Washington Wizards, we have C.J. McCollum, 33 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, and 1 steal. Chris Middleton, and now, as I said, IRL former Wizard, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. We got Alex Sarr, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 1 steal. Carlton Carrington, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Bilal Coulibaly, 7 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Trey Johnson, 7 points, 1 rebound. Justin Champagnie only had 6 points and 2 rebounds. Corey Kispert, 3 rebounds and 1 assist. Let me go back to Champagnie, 6 rebounds, 2 assists is what I meant. But Kispert, as I said, 3 and 1. 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Keyshawn George only had 2 rebounds in the game. A.J. Johnson, who was also part of that trade to Dallas, had no points and no stats in 3 minutes. Same with Marvin Bagley III, one of the other players involved in that trade to Dallas. Then we have Anthony Gill. And then we had Cam Whitmore, who did not play. Same with Will Riley, Dylan Jones. All 3 of them did not play for the Washington Wizards. And now for the victorious Chicago Bulls, we got Nikola Vucevic, 29 points, 17 rebounds. Player of the game. Josh Giddey, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 11 assists, so we have 2 double-doubles there. Kobe White, 12.7 rebounds, 4 assists. Ayo Dosunmu, 8.7 rebounds, 5 assists. Matas Buzelis, 8.6 rebounds and 2 assists, followed by Trey Jones, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Kevin Huerter, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Followed by Zach Collins, 3 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. Patrick Williams, 2 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Dallin Terry only had 1 rebound, followed by Noah Asung, had 1 assist. Isaac Okoro, no stats in a game played. Then we got Chris Paul, Nicholas Batum, Jalen Smith did not play for the Chicago Bulls. And that is it for your post-game player statistics. It is now time for the post-game ticker brought to you by 2K Sports. We just saw the Bulls defeat the Wizards 95-86, maintaining their lead in the Central Division. The Bucks do keep pace though, with a 113-96 or 113-99 winners over the Brooklyn Nets, as the Bucks still remain within a game of the Bulls. But the Bulls, though, keep their hopes of the 2 seeds still alive, but barely. Hornets 136, Celtics 118. The Heat 128 and the Raptors 112, which means that the Wizards do not lose any ground. They are still 1 game back now. Both teams have 3 to play. We have the Timberwolves 126-85 winners over the Indiana Pacers. The Pelicans 119-91 winners over the Utah Jazz. And the Warriors, 108. The Kings, 104. That means the Kings are eliminated, and the Suns will clinch that final play-in spot in the Western Conference. We have the Clippers, 124-106 winners over the Dallas Mavericks. I think that puts them that now will put them a full game ahead of the Oklahoma City Thunder for number 1 seed in the Western Conference, and quite possibly throughout the entire NBA playoffs, because the Lakers defeat the Thunder 132-123, as I said. And the Rockets defeat the Suns 111-101, maintaining their grip on the 3 seed in the Western Conference. But despite the loss, the Suns are still going to be in the play-in tournament. And that is your post-game ticker, as my buddy RJL Network would say. If your team won, congratulations. If not, there's always tomorrow. The injury report for the games played after April 6, 2026. Or is it April 7, 2026, I should say. So we got for the 76ers, McCain and Embiid are hurt. Gary Trent Jr. of the Bucks is hurt. Chris Paul is hurt. He actually did not play in the game, surprisingly. We got Jared Allen, Donovan Mitchell, Luke Trevor's out for the Cavaliers, with Evan Mobley recovering from his injury. Boston Celtics fully healthy, but that doesn't really matter. Jevin Carter hurt. Zubats is out while Derek Jones Jr. is recovering. Wells, I know, is hurt. The Hawks are fully healthy. As I said, Rozier's out with that suspension, with Tyler Hero being out. He's probably going to miss that play-in game. And by the way, the Heat still actually have a good chance of getting into the number 8 seed. Playing for that number 8 seed and playing in only a 1-game play-in to get into the NBA playoffs. The Charlotte Hornets have Brandon Miller and Connaughton hurt. Dinwiddie is out. Jazz fully healthy. It doesn't really matter. Sabonis, you might as well shut him down. The Kings are officially eliminated from everything. OJ Anunoby, unfortunately for him, he's going to be missing the start of the NBA playoffs, while McBride still has a hurt designation. Austin Reeves out for the Lakers. Orlando Magic fully healthy. Cooper Flagg is out, while Najee Marshall is hurt. Zaire Williams, Michael Porter Jr., and Noah Clowney are out for the Nets. Denver is fully healthy. As, by the way, I failed to mention, but that loss by the Dallas Mavericks in that post-game ticker does give the Denver Nuggets a playoff berth. So all 6 teams are going to avoid the play and have been punched their ticket to the NBA playoffs in the Western Conference. The Indiana Pacers, of course, we know about Halliburton with Mathurin hurt. Pelicans fully healthy. LeVert is out while Marcus Saucer is hurt. Now we got Devin Carter hurt again with Mama Kalashvili and quickly also hurt. Van Vliet, we know about his injury with Jabari Smith Jr. hurt. Kelly Olynyk is out for the Spurs. They're going to miss him in that play-in game. Dylan Brooks out while Maluch is hurt. Oklahoma City Thunder without Aaron Wiggins. Ooh, that's going to be tough. Minnesota Timberwolves are fully healthy. Lillard, of course, we knew about that injury. Brandon Bajimski is out for the season, while Jonathan Kuminga, who just got recently traded, he and Buddy Hield recently just got traded to the Atlanta Hawks for Kristaps Porzingis. But since we are closer to the end of the season in this universe, Kuminga is still a Warrior in this universe. And Alex Sarr hurt for the Washington Wizards, and that is your injury report. And tomorrow's game, which will be Wednesday, April 8th, 2026, that will be a feature game between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Orlando Magic. And the reason why I have the Magic once again in the watch game is because this is a clinching game for them. If they win, they will finish no worse than the 6th seed. They still have a shot at being the 5 seed, depending on how things go the rest of the season with the Pacers, and they can keep winning. But with 3 games to go, they are 3 games ahead of the Detroit Pistons for the 6th spot. A win gets them in, or a Piston loss in the post-game ticker, as the Pistons also do play on this calendar date as well. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. And also don't forget to go in the description down below. There is a link to my Cash App if you enjoy my content and want to support it. That is also another good way to support the content. Remember, it is not required to donate to support to watch my content, but it is very much appreciated if you do support it in any way, any donation. I would appreciate it. And you guys are awesome if you do. If you don't, hey, watching this video and subscribing to my channel, you're still awesome. So, and with that, reminding you guys, the final score of this game. The Chicago Bulls defeat the Washington Wizards 95-86. I am Vinny from V-Dub Productions, and we will see you tomorrow night.